Did you know that drinks can actually increase blood pressure faster than food? See, food needs to be broken down in your digestive system, but drinks are quickly absorbed, impacting your liver, kidney, and brain. They're actually a major trigger for long-term hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, partially due to the fact that drink choices tend to be habitual, but also because some of the drinks we're told are healthy can actually have adverse effects, especially if you're at risk for hypertension or heart problems. So today we're going to look at 7 of the worst drinks for high blood pressure, as well as better alternatives, and a few tips to enjoy your favorite while staying out of the danger zone. And do stick around until the end, because I've got 2 free gifts that will help you fight heart disease naturally. Just remember to click the thumbs up and subscribe button to stay up to date with my latest videos. My first is an antioxidant-rich tea that does have health benefits, but causes chaos for some people. Licorice tea. With its unique flavor and anti-inflammatory effect, licorice tea is a tempting choice, but it can actually have strange and unexpected effects. Now, unlike the drinks we'll discuss later, there isn't a huge amount of research on licorice tea, and some people may be more affected than others. However, medical case studies shed light on what can go wrong, and licorice-induced hyperaldosteronism is a rare condition where licorice can actually lead to hypertensive emergency. It causes sodium retention, low potassium, and metabolic alkalosis, where the body's pH becomes way too high. And in one case, a patient was rushed to hospital with extremely high blood pressure, chest pains, headaches, and sensitivity to light. It turns out he had been consuming 2 glasses of licorice tea each day for the previous 2 weeks. Fortunately, after 13 days in hospital, his blood pressure normalized, other symptoms cleared up, and he went home in good health. Fruit juices and smoothies being second on the list. Now, when you gulp down a glass of juice or smoothie, your system gets a big sugar rush. And this sudden sugar overload leads to a process called glycation, where glucose in your blood binds to proteins, damaging their structure. This causes gradual damage to your arteries, causing inflammation, reduced flexibility, triggering plaque buildup, and increasing blood pressure. Fiber in whole fruits slows the absorption of sugars, but when you juice or blend it, the sugar is absorbed immediately, spiking blood glucose and causing glycation. Now let's be clear, homemade juices and smoothies are one thing, and they're much better than some of the drinks we'll discuss next. At least with these, you're only getting the natural sugars, vitamins, and minerals, and you can see just how many oranges go into a single glass of juice. And if you're making your own smoothies, you might add a handful of arugula, avocado, cinnamon, or even apple cider vinegar, damping the blood sugar spike. On the other hand, if you buy juices or smoothies pre-made, then everything intensifies. See, extra sugar is often added, and these drinks are generally highly processed, heated to kill bacteria, with chemical preservatives to make them last a few more days. And marketing campaigns portray juice and smoothies as healthy, but caution is advised. One final note, many people drink these for breakfast, and that's the worst time to have them. Now, next, being third on the list, have you ever noticed how some people can guzzle 2 lattes and then take a freaking nap, while others get jittery from a single sip? Coffee and blood pressure have a complicated relationship. See, caffeine prompts the heart to beat faster, and it tells blood vessels to tighten up. Now, it's a duo that increases the blood pressure, and a meta-analysis of 34 studies found that 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine, about 2 cups of coffee, can actually cause a spike in blood pressure that lasts up to 3 hours. But here's where things get very interesting. Other consumers may develop tolerance over time, reducing these effects. So, regular caffeine drinkers might experience less significant increases in blood pressure compared to the occasional drinkers. And then there's the genetic angle. Some of us are naturally more sensitive to caffeine due to our genetic makeup, which influences how quickly the body breaks it down. Thus, caffeine might hit you harder if you're stressed, not sleeping well, or have vitamin deficiencies. On the other hand, coffee is rich in polyphenol compounds to protect artery linings, which can effectively reduce hypertension. So unfortunately, there is no blanket recommendation here. It's essential to listen to your body, look at your whole health picture, including any medication that interacts with caffeine, and chat with me if you're unsure. So next, being fourth on the list, we have a slightly controversial topic, but bear with me because I'm not saying that all salt is bad, but the high salt drinks that many people consume without realizing can cause issues. Sea salt is an essential mineral. It does regulates fluid balance, supports nerve function, and helps muscle contract effectively. However, balance is key, and many adults today are consuming far more than necessary, and excessive salt is linked to hypertension. So the question is, how much is too much? Experts recommend no more than 2300 milligrams of sodium per day, which actually equates to about 1 teaspoon of table salt. Surprisingly, the big problem isn't the salt shaker on your table, but the hidden salt in processed foods and drinks. Let's take tomato juice for instance. While it can be a healthy choice, many commercial versions are laden with salt. Yet studies show that low sodium tomato juice may actually reduce high blood pressure. It's a classic example of having a healthy food gone bad thanks to heavy processing. Similarly, canned broth and soups are often extremely high in sodium. So the key is to read labels and go for low sodium version when available or sea salt usage. But before we get to the worst three, I've written numerous ebooks and I have few free ebooks for you to download. Don't forget to check out my website as link is under my profile picture. Something that everyone concerned about heart health should watch. See, number 5, soda is one of the very worst drinks for blood pressure. Drinking soda contributes to various health problems due to sugar overload, as well as other harmful substances leading to increased risk of type 2 diabetes. See, heart disease, obesity, tooth decay, weak bones can increase the risk of certain cancers. And if you drink diet versions, are you off the hook? Unfortunately, no. A 2016 study by the University of Rio de Janeiro investigated the soda habits of over 500 school students and found that diet soda drinkers has even worse blood pressure than those who drank normal soda. Another study highlighted that regular diet soda drinkers had a whopping 67% increase in type 2 diabetes risk. Worse yet, the artificial sweeteners used in diet sodas like aspartame or saccharin may harm the bacteria in your gut, interfering with your body's ability to manage blood glucose, as well as digestion and immunity. So instead of soda, try lemon squeeze into sparkling water, pomegranate juice, or cranberry juice. Now, hold on a second. You said juice is bad. While that's generally true, research shows that both pomegranate and cranberry juice can actually improve blood pressure due to their extremely high polyphenol content. Just make sure it doesn't have any added sugar. So go for freshly squeezed if you can, and eat healthy protein or fat beforehand to dull the blood sugar spike. And our number 6 worst drink is alcohol. See, excess alcohol is directly linked to hypertension, cardiomyopathy, and irregular heartbeats. And some studies suggest that red wine might help prevent artery disease due to its polyphenol content, potentially improving blood pressure. However, moderation is key, and the benefits is associated with around 1 small glass of red wine at night, a few nights a week possibly. Now, health guidelines recommend no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 drinks per day per man. But as you may know, the liver is heavily affected by alcohol, and if you have high blood pressure or other heart issues, you have significantly higher risk of liver damage. It's a vital organ, and limiting alcohol is one of the best ways to protect it. See, fatty liver is a major problem that sneaks up on people. So you might like to watch my other video on the worst foods that cause fatty liver, which also covers the best liver healing foods. And at number 7, we have energy drinks. Now, these drinks can be considered poison, loaded with sugar, caffeine, and other stimulants like synthetic taurine, guarana, and synephrine. And this mix rapidly increases the blood pressure, can actually overstimulate the heart, increases anxiety, and more. Even worse, they're often combined with alcohol, putting enormous stress on the liver and sending conflicting signals to the brain. The problem is so serious that in 2010, the US FDA took action against pre-mixed alcohol energy drinks being sold. However, that doesn't stop people from underestimating the danger and mixing their own. But whether it's with or without alcohol, the message is that energy drinks are very bad news for your blood pressure, heart, and brain. Click the like and subscribe buttons to see more on these topics. And if you found this video useful, you'll love my video on how to cure heart disease.